Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with Ansu Fati, who in a recent interview talks Gavi, Xavi, Luis Enrique, Spain selection, game time at Barcelona. We are going to be discussing on everything the young teenager had to say. Then, secondly, talking about Ronald Araujo, as the Barcelona defender is reportedly set to undergo medical tests at the club today following World Cup exit. We're also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Ansu Fati has had a difficult past couple of years, having had to go through multiple injury ordeals that needed surgery and an extended period out on the sidelines. Having returned to full fitness this season, the 20-year-old has had to surface with a reduced role in the Barcelona setup under Gavi Hernandez, as the manager has been reluctant to rush him back and risk more injury issues. It led to question marks over his selection in the Spain national team for the FIFA World Cup 2022. But manager Luis Enrique decided to back the young forward and took him along to Qatar. Fati, who has not played much for Araujo at the tournament, recently sat down for an interview with Mundo Deportivo and spoke about various things related to Barcelona and the national team. The 20-year-old's appearance against Japan was his first for Spain in a competitive setting in 2 years. Talking about how he felt at that moment, he said, "It felt very good. It's an honor every time I play for the national team to try to give my best and enjoy this opportunity." Speaking about having to be patient to make a return to the national team setup, he added that, "In the end, there are many top players and we all have to be ready because the coach will need all of us and we must be ready." The Barcelona forward then spoke about Luis Enrique and the confidence the manager has showed him, by putting him on a critical moment when Spain were in a losing position against Japan, say, "As I said, you have to be prepared because you never know what the coach is going to decide. For those of us who are on the bench, it's just as important to live the game intensely and stay focused because you don't know when the coach is going to call you. Then you can have to be ready." For me, everything that means, getting more minutes, all the better. What I like is to be on the field. At one point, Spain could have been eliminated from the World Cup if Costa Rica had gone on to defeat Germany. When asked if he was aware of that situation, he said, as far as I was concerned, no, I didn't realize it. We knew we had to win and that's what we set out to do, although in the end, it wasn't to be." On how the team is reacting to the defeat versus Japan, he revealed, "I see the teammates well, the group is fine. We lost the last game and it leaves you with a bad feeling, but we are happy to have made it through. We are in the round of 16 and now what remains is either you go on or you leave." Talking about the knockout phases, he added, "Now it's do or die and the players are focused on that. We are going to give our best to get through to the next round." Discussing the moment when he learned about the call-up for the World Cup, Fati said, "I was training at the Ciudad Deportiva, watching it on TV. When I heard my name last, I was very happy. I was with some teammates who saw my happiness and with the physios with whom I was able to celebrate." On whether it was just reward after everything he had gone through over the past couple of seasons, he said, "That is for everything I have been through in the last 2 years. The truth is that it is the reward for the day-to-day work, for trying to improve myself, and now that I am very well, it has been a great reward, yes." Enrique admitted that Fati's inclusion has been a doubt until the very last moment. When asked how he felt about that, the youngster said, "It is the coach who thinks about it. The only thing I know for sure is that I am ready and prepared for when he needs me." On his interactions with Enrique and after arriving at the national team camp, Fati said, "Yes, the coach expressed his confidence in me, why he bet on me to come here, and I am grateful for this opportunity." Opening up on the Spain head coach style and of management and the way of handling things, the young forward said, "The way he transmits things to me, he's a very direct guy who tells you what he thinks and is very demanding with himself and with all the players. That's something I like. I would define him as a direct guy who wants to win." On whether there is any major difference in terms of philosophy between Enrique and Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez, Fati said, "I think each coach has his own way of seeing things. Each one has his own way of being, explaining, and playing. in the end, Luis Enrique and Javi are different, but because one is coaching a club and the other is a national team, I see it differently. Spain have one of the youngest teams in the World Cup, chock full of talented young individuals like Fati himself. When asked whether that might hold them back at the crucial juncture of this competition, he said, I would say no, because all the young players are have the illusion that and desire to compete. We also have more experienced people who give us advice in times of difficulty. I think the young players here are ready to and also eager to show that we can play. Apart from having a young squad, Spain have a large contingent from Barca. As many as 8 Barca stars are part of the La Roja setup. Giving his thoughts about that, Fati said, yes, having teammates from the team also helps, and with the others, in the end, we compete in La Liga and we see a lot of each other. The camaraderie, we have there is incredible because everyone wants to help and add up. Fati then held his club and national teammate Gavi, who has exploded to the World Cup despite just being 18 years old. You can see the level he is showing at this age, but I am not surprised by the level of competitiveness he has. By now he trains. It's incredible, and to see him here playing like that makes me happy. When asked to comment about Barcelona's season so far, which has seen them get eliminated from Champions League but top La Liga table, Fati said he is currently only focused on the national team. Now I am focused on the national team, and when I return, we will see. Whatever happens with the club, we will see. On being asked about his lack of game time at the club during the first phase of the season, Fati admitted that he had hoped to be involved more regularly. He said, yes, I'm not going to lie you. I want to play, but I understand that the coach is the one who decides, and I have to give my best every day and be able to return it around. When asked if he has any doubts about his future at the club because of the game time situation, he said, no, now I'm focused on the national team. I'm sure that by working on the present, the future will be better. On whether he believes he will be an important player for Barca moving forward, Fati replied, yes, I hope so. Then on to the next story of discussion. Uruguay's exit from the FIFA World Cup 2022 would have been a bittersweet moment for Barca. While Barcelona could have liked to see their player Araujo advance further in the tournament, the fact that he had been injured and was being pushed to speed up his recovery and become a major concern of the club. So in a way, of course, Uruguay's early exit will come as a relief at Spotify Camp Nou, as they now have Araujo back at the club, where he can continue recovering from as the desired pace and not to be rushed back into action. Soon after Uruguay's exit, Araujo was back in Barcelona, and the defender is expected to arrive at the Ciudad Deportiva today morning. And according to Mundo Deportivo, Araujo will be undergoing several medical tests to determine the situation with regards to his injury and his recovery. Following that, the 23-year-old centre-back will be reviewed by Dr. Richard Prona, the head of the club's first-team medical department, following which he will be allowed to continue his recovery work. At Barcelona, they suspect the Uruguay manager Diego Alonso and their physical trainer Prof. Ortega took too many risks with Araujo's injury in order to make him back on the pitch at the earliest possible. The report states that there was even a plan to play a training match involved the Barca A's this past Saturday, had Araujo advanced to the round of 16 so that he could be ready for the game. But with that out of question now and the defender back at the club, Barcelona plan to take a slow and methodical approach with their recovery, especially given that they still have almost 4 weeks before their match against Espanyol. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.